Welcome to the QZ Podcast with your host, Quinn Peplow and Matteo Zavala.
Welcome to the QZ Podcast. Quinn Peplow here alongside my co-host, Matteo Zavala. It's the second week of playoffs, divisional round. Me and Matteo are going to go over our picks for this week, and we're going to talk a little bit about last week's 6 games. The first game from last week we're going to go over is the Colts and Bills.
That was a really close game. I don't know what was going on with the refs there with the Zach Pascal play at the end.
Yeah.
It should have been Bills' ball right away. I don't know what was going on there. Refs, you have, eyes. Where were you there?
Yeah. But, I mean, we both predicted that the Bills would win this game. Rivers, he's out again, and this is, his 20th season. He might retire this offseason, so who knows.
Yeah, he's like the old guy.
Yeah.
With all the young guys. Back in my day in the playoffs with the Chargers.
Yeah. Now his Super Bowl chances for this year are over. Next game, we have the Rams at Seahawks.
Oh, my God.
This game was a shocker. I thought Seattle would really win this. Russell Wilson got shut down in the second half.
Who said? I said Russell Wilson was going to get shut down.
That was a lucky pick. Seattle should have won that game. They had the offense. They just underplayed. They just didn't perform. They weren't prepared. Underperformed this year for the rest of this year. They looked awesome the first 6 games, and then they just fell off the face of the planet.
They lost to a quarterback with 9 working fingers.
Yeah, Jared Goff still hurt, and they lost by 10 points at home. If they had fans, and if Seattle had fans allowed in that game this season, I think they would have won that game though.
Yeah, but wait, I forgot were they playing at the.
It was
stadium?
at Seattle.
I don't know. I'm surprised. I feel bad though for the quarterback who played last week, the Wolford.
John Wolford. Yeah.
He with his broke his neck.
But then he went to the hospital, but then he was able to come back in the game. But he didn't play the rest of the game. He was able to come back with his team.
Yeah, but he's out for the season. They won't.
Yeah, Blake Bortles is now officially their backup. The next game we're gonna go over is Tampa Bay at Washington.
Oh my gosh, that was a super surprising game. Dude, Tyler Heineke, man, he reminds me of Kurt Warner. Hear me out. No, same situation. Both undrafted, both went all around the leagues, backups, practice squad, and they both started in a playoff game, their first start.
Yeah.
And they both had stardom.
Yeah, I guess you could relate. They have some comparisons, both undrafted.
And that was against one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
And he played that good.
Yeah, I was surprised it was
led the team in rushing yards. Gave himself up for that amazing diving touchdown. And it's who is this guy? You see Chase Young, that's Heineke, because for people to know him.
Yeah. But, I thought this game was going to be a blowout. So, I mean, I thought it was going to be 48 to 17. But, I mean, Tampa Bay, we both predicted them to win, and they still won. So, all right, our next game, it's the Ravens at Titans.
Gosh.
I'm surprised the Ravens won this one. I thought Tennessee was going to beat this team so bad.
They kept trying to go. Henry couldn't get going.
Yeah.
He was...
I mean, they had the lead 10-0. They had the lead 10-0 and they blew the game.
He was getting dogpiled by the Ravens defense.
Yeah. I knew the Ravens would shut him down, but I'm really surprised that the Ravens were just able to hold on to this win.
Well, they kept doing it. They kept giving the ball to Henry. Henry just wasn't being Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and then the Ravens just kept running the ball. They got some lucky throws.
They kept scoring. And
Lamar Jackson, I think it was a 48-yard rushing touchdown.
Not even surprised. He's a great runner. Really fast guy.
Yeah, he's really fast. Our next game, Bears at Saints.
Oh, don't even get me started. Okay, first of all, the refs were something different. So it's they shouldn't have to challenge the ball when Wims got 3 to 4 steps in. That was
Was that at the end of the game?
No, it was at the beginning. It was before someone's drop, but
yeah.
So he got 4 steps down. The Bears had a challenge.
Oh yeah, I remember that catch.
That was
forever.
That was a horrible call. Bears should easily got the ball. And don't even get me started on Wims. Oh my gosh, that man likes Butterfingers for every meal he
know.
eats. That man, it literally went through his
the
arms.
Bears should have had, Mooney should have been out there. I thought that was unacceptable.
He took a beating last game.
I know, but he should have at least tried to play because they had, really no receivers. Anthony Miller's an idiot for getting ejected. I thought that was stupid. So they basically had Allen Robinson, and he was just getting shut down. Their offense just looked terrible. It was just, I was shocked. I thought it was going to be closer. That touchdown in garbage time doesn't really matter. The Bears really just lost 21-3. But at least Mitch gets the first MVP, Nickelodeon Valuable Player
Something
Award.
that Mahomes and Watson does not have.
Yeah, basically a meme.
Yeah, but the Cole Kmet, he was handing the ball to the ref. Personal foul.
Yeah, they got a couple of those.
If he gets another one, he's out of the game. That was completely dumb because he was tossing the ball to the ref. You can obviously see him tossing the ball.
Oh,
to the ref.
that was a dumb play.
Yeah, I know, but I think the Bears were in the red zone.
I don't remember. Yeah, they were. They were in the red zone. But that was a dumb play. What was that? A 15-yard penalty, right?
Yeah, but that could have been, especially the Javon Wims Butterfingers play. I think it would have been a big turn on the game.
Yeah, should have been closer. The next game, Browns at Steelers. This was a huge upset.
I was really surprised seeing the Browns just
I was shocked.
surprisingly
I was furious.
Just 28-0 knockout going. Here comes the boom, showing them who they are.
Big Ben, it's just terrible that he underperforms. He's underperformed, I think, in his last 3 playoff games. He threw so many picks this Sunday. They were down 28-0, I believe. But they were coming back. It was 35-23.
Mike Tomlin
had
had a bad
chance.
idea.
4th and 1, and they don't even go for it. They punt the ball back to Cleveland.
Yeah, how about your Steelers, though?
Yeah,
how are they doing?
Yeah, they're out, but at least Aaron Rodgers is still in. That's all that counts, I guess, for now.
But Mike Tomlin chooses to punt.
Even if since they did punt and the Browns got the ball, they shut them down again. So then the Steelers got the ball again, and then Roethlisberger threw a turnover in the 4th quarter, and that was a go-ahead touchdown for the Browns, 42-23, ridiculous.
But the moment at the end though with Pouncey and Big Ben. 2 teams for a very long time. Yeah. I think that was very emotional.
He said he was the reason why he was still playing this season.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting. But I think if Steelers score a touchdown on that drive, 35-30, I think they shut the Browns again, and then they'll score another touchdown and win that game. I thought it was kind of there, but I think Big Ben just threw this game away.
I was not expecting a high-scoring game. I was expecting 20 to 17.
I don't know. I was expecting 30 to 27, but. All right, now we're going to go and pick our games for this playoff week. First game is going to be the Rams at Packers, 3:35 on Saturday. For this game, the Packers are facing off a number 1 ranked defense in total yards and points allowed. Rodgers and Adams, they're hot this season. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, he's going for MVP. Adams, he's got 18 touchdowns, 1,300 plus receiving yards in 14 games. Both quarterback. Well, Goff is going to play this Sunday. Despite his thumb injury, he's going to start. Bortles will back him up. Aaron Donald will play as well. He's not listed questionable. He will play. I think the Rams are just going to really run the ball. Despite the Packers having a decent defense, I think their defense is ranked... Their defense is tied at 13th in yards allowed, 112.8. I think the Rams are going to feed the ball to Cam Akers, and he's going to get 150 plus. Goff, he's going to throw the ball sometimes, not a lot, maybe 22 pass attempts. He's going to the Packers are going to get a pick though. I think they're going to force an interception. Expect Jalen Ramsey to shut down Devontae Adams. I think Adams will get 50 receiving yards in this game. But so the big playmakers for the Packers in this game, I think it's going to be Aaron Jones and Valdes-Scantling. They're going to step up. It's going to be super close. I could see this game going to a game-winning field goal and the Packers winning this game. For the next game, we have the Ravens at Bills. The Bills' defense is ranked 13th in total yards, 366.3, and 16th in points allowed, 23.4. Key factors is that the Bills are 7-1 at home. The Ravens have a really great defense. Their defense is ranked second in points allowed, 18.9, 6th in total yards, 346.8 total yards allowed. But I think the Bills, obviously we know, I think they're going to shut down Lamar Jackson in the passing game. The Ravens' offense is ranked last in the NFL for passing yards. The Ravens are just going to feed the ball with Lamar Jackson and Dobbins to try to win this game. And they just need to kill clock. Jackson has 1,000+ rushing yards this season. Dobbins 805 rushing yards. This game is going to be close, but I could see it turning around real quick for the Ravens, and I have the Bills winning this if the Bills force a ton of turnovers. Next game, Browns at Chiefs. Key factors, the Browns are red hot in the last 2 games, winning back-to-back games against Pittsburgh. The last game, they had the 28-0 lead, and they still were able to win 48-37. Their offense is ranked 3rd in the NFL for rushing yards, 148.4. They have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. I think that's the best running back duo in the NFL right now, even in the regular season with all 32 teams. If they want to win this game, they have to kill the clock and run the ball the entire game in order to beat Mahomes. And I think they're able to pull off the upset if they can do that. The Browns head coach will be back in this game. He was out last week. Some of the coaching staff was out last week because of COVID, but they will be back for this game this week. Chiefs offense is ranked 1st in total passing yards, 303, and total yards a game, 425. The Browns defense is ranked 22nd, so I could see a lot of passing yards from the Chiefs offense. I think they're going to feed Hill and Kelsey a lot. Le'Veon Bell, expect him to make some plays in the running game and on some screens. But I expect the Chiefs to win in this one. The next game, the final game, Buccaneers at Saints, 5:40 on Sunday. Breeze is 2-0 against Brady this season. Last game they played, the Saints won 38-3 at Tampa Bay. Brady threw 3 picks. Buccaneers, in their last playoff game, they gave up 23 points and 375 total yards to Heineke, who's basically a 4th string for Washington. I think that's ridiculous. And they have a good defense too. Not a great, but a good defense that forces turnovers and sacks. In these last 2 games that the Saints and Buccaneers have played against each other, the Buccaneers have made 5 turnovers. They have 5 turnovers, 9 punts. They're 1 for 4 on 4th down conversions in the last 2 games against the Saints. That's why this game's so hard for me to pick, because I always feel like the Saints have underperformed in playoff games. In their last 4 games, not including the Chicago playoff game, they've just underperformed, in my opinion, with points scored. Like the 20-14 win against the Eagles, they should have won that 48-7 in the playoffs. And the Minneapolis Miracle, where they lost 29-24. The Rams game, where they lost 26-23. They had that game in the bag, and they just blew it. They should have scored 31 or 35 points against the Rams, but they didn't. And then the playoff game last year, where they lost to Minnesota at home 26-20, and they beat Minnesota that year in the regular season. I just thought that's weird. This game's kind of hard, but kind of a toss-up for me. I have the Saints winning this game.
For the first game, Rams-Packers. This Rams defense is going absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. They are number 1 defense in the league. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like, is going to get locked down, but
I can see that.
But Green Bay's going to use all the other weapons because Jalen Ramsey's going to focus all
on Adams.
All on Adams, and kind of like when DK is being when DK is covered by Jalen Ramsey, Tyler Lockett performs. I agree with what you said when Marcus Valdes-Scantling is going to perform well. I think that Green Bay is going to pull out with a small win. Yeah. But Jared Goff and Cam Akers has been red hot this past 2 or 3 games this season. Yeah. And I feel like the Packers have one of the worst rush defenses. They're gonna show up. It's gonna be a low scoring game.
I can see that. And Packers are 7-1 at home this season. Forgot to say that.
For the next game, Ravens at Bills.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's gonna shut them down. It's going to be an absolute blowout. I don't see the Ravens doing anything.
Me neither. It is, I think, Lamar Jackson's third playoff game starting. No, fourth playoff game starting. And he's 1-2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Bills are just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Ravens they have the best rush offense in the NFL because of Lamar, and J.K. Dobbins has been showing up, but this Bills defense, I feel like, is going to lock them down.
Yeah.
Browns Chiefs, this is gonna be a really close game, but it's gonna be Chiefs are gonna win by like a game-winning touchdown drive by Mahomes, and Bell played against his team. He'll probably show his anger because he played his team a lot.
Yeah, he did.
In his prime, and the Chiefs, they're gonna have to depend on the throwing and the passing game because Browns have a really good rush defense. Myles Garrett is one of the top defensive linemen in the league.
How many sacks does he have? He's got like 13 or 15.
He's like
he's up there.
Top 5. But Chiefs have to use their weapons, Kelsey and Hill.
Yeah.
And they'll easy one if they use the weapons keep the eyes off the defensive line. The offensive line better show up.
Yeah.
And if they do, the Chiefs will win this game. I disagree with you with the Bucs and Saints.
Bucs and Saints, yeah.
The Bucs have been red hot.
They have been in some playoff games.
Antonio Brown has been red hot.
He has.
Touchdowns after touchdowns these past couple weeks has been really incredible.
Yeah.
Seeing the good old Antonio Brown that you as a Steelers fan should love.
Yeah. He looks like he's a number 1 receiver again, which is pretty good for him.
But I feel like Tom Brady playoff, and it could be either of them's final year. I think if either of these win the Super Bowl, Drew Brees
either of these quarterbacks win
the Super Bowl, they're done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And yeah, it's gonna be a defensive game. It's gonna be a lockdown. It's gonna be a low scoring game.
I could see a low scoring, like a 23-20 game.
I could agree with that. But I think the Buccaneers have the better weapons on the field. So that's why I think that's how they're going to get going.
I could see some turnovers. I could see both of them turning the ball over.
Drew Brees doesn't have that many turnovers.
In the playoffs, he does.
But like now, he's like doing like this little short passes to Kamara.
Yeah, but he will throw some deep ones. He'll try to throw some deep ones because this is a playoff game. They want to get like, it's like sometimes it's like 4 or 5 plays really decide a game. And he's going to try to go for the deep ball for like maybe a couple times in this game so they can win.
I agree, but I still think the Bucs are gonna easily take it.
All right.
All right, guys, this is Mikey. I'm the editor for the QZ podcast. Since both our co-hosts can't decide how to make an accurate outro, I'm going to make it for them. You guys have a great night. Enjoy the game Saturday and Sunday, and come back next week for future episodes and coverage over the week. Have a great night.